Good morning, students. Today we are starting with chapter number 5 of your book, Arithmetic Progressions. Now, what do you mean by arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression is a sequence in which difference of two consecutive terms is same. In other words, you can say that a sequence in which you add fixed term to every term of the sequence, in which you add fixed term to each preceding term. Or in other words, we can say a sequence in which fixed term is added to each preceding term. The sequence thus obtained is called an AP. Or arithmetic progression. Now, what do you mean by this? Let's take an example. Suppose I take an example of 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and so on. Now you can see the first term is for 2, second term is 5. Now the difference between these two terms is 3, right? 5 and 8, difference between these two terms is 3 again. Difference between these two terms is 3. Distance between 14 and 11 is again 3. So such a sequence is called arithmetic progression, where you are finding that the difference between two consecutive terms is same. In other words, second definition which I have given, you can see that if first term we know 2, and if I add the fixed term, that is 3 to it, I am getting 5. If I add 3 to it, I am getting 8. 3 to it, I am getting 11. And then adding 3, I am getting 14. So whatever sequence is obtained after adding fixed term to the preceding term, you get an AP. So is the AP clear? AP means that whenever the difference between two consecutive terms is same, it becomes an AP. So you can take this example. One more example we can give, like 1, 5, 9, 13 and so on. Now this is an example of an infinite AP because last term I don't know. So this type of AP is called infinite AP. But in your class 10, we are going to study finite AP, where we will be having the last term also, right? So we will be having the last term, infinite AP, where last term is unknown. You don't know last term. And finite term, where last term is finite AP, last term is there, where we have last term, where we have the last term. The last term. Here unknown means that it never ends. This AP never ends. So unknown means it never ends. Here we will be having the last term of the sequence. So such an AP is called finite AP, and we will be dealing with only finite APs in class 10, right? Now the earlier example which I have given, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and so on. Here this 2 is called the first term. 2 is first term and we denote it by A1. What do we call? A1. 5 is the second term and we call it as A2. 5 is A2. So A1 here is 2, A2 here is 5. Third term is called A3. What is the third term called? A3, small a, and as subscript we put 3. It is 8. Fourth term is 11. We call it A4. And so on. Right? The last term last term is called as an. What is the last term called? Last term is called an. And the fixed difference or the fixed term, the difference is called, the difference between two consecutive terms, it is denoted by or called common difference. Common difference is the fixed term or the difference between the two consecutive terms, is the fixed term. Now common difference is denoted by, it is denoted by D. It is denoted by D, small d. Right? Now small d, if you have to find the small d in the question, what's the formula? I told you that it is the difference between two consecutive terms. So A2 minus A1. It can be A3 minus A2 also. It can be A4 minus A3 also. So for all, common difference will be same. Likewise, if I go on further, D will be equal to an minus 1 also. What is an? An is the last term. And what is an minus 1? An minus 1 is the term before the last term, term preceding the last term. Last term से पहले वाली term क्या हो जाएगी हमारी? an minus 1 and last term is an. So D can be any of them. D can be equal to A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3, A5 minus A4, A6 minus A5, A20 minus A19, an minus 1. So this is D. Simultaneously you should write also beta. Just make the notes in your notebook. Now what is the general form of an AP? General form of an AP. The general form of AP is A1, A2, A3, so on till AN. This is the general form. Or we can write it as, this is the first term A, A1. A2 can be written as A1 plus D also. Because when I have given the example 2, 5, 8, 11 and so on, what were we doing? A was 2. So when I add 3 to 8, it becomes 5. When I add 3 to 5, it becomes 8. So A1 is written as A1, A2 can be written as A1 plus D. Similarly, A3 can be written as A1 plus 2D, or you can say A2 plus D. You can say A2 plus D. Right? Similarly, AN can be written as AN minus 1 plus D. So this is the general form. A1 is A1, A2 is A1 plus D, A3 is A2 plus D, and so on. Right? So for exercise 5.1, this much information is required. Rest we'll be doing with other exercises. Example number 1 we'll be doing now. Example number 1 of your book. For the AP, 3 by 2, 1 by 2. Example 1. AP is given now. 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 3 by 2. Question is, write the first term and the common difference. What is the first term? First term, it's very clear. It is A1, 3 upon 2. And you have to find common difference also. Now for finding common difference, or you can say D, what is the formula? What formula I have told? Formula is A2 minus A1. So simply subtract A2 is 1 by 2 minus A1 is 3 by 2 and solve it. Take LCM. 1 minus 3. So minus 2 by 2, which is minus 1. So your D is equal to, I am writing here, D is equal to minus 1. So this is your solution for example number 1. Very easy question. Sometimes comes in 1 mark. Next example, example number 2. Example number 2 is, which of the following list of numbers form an AP? If they form an AP, write the next two terms. So you have to check whether it is forming an AP or not. 4, 10, 16, 22 and so on. Now, this is your A1, 4. Your A2 is 10, your A3 is 16, and your A4 is 22. 4 terms are given to you. You have to check whether it is forming an AP or not. To check whether it is forming an AP or not, what we'll check? Whether common difference is same or not. So first we'll find D for A2 minus A1. It will be 10 minus 4, 6. Another D also we'll find A3 minus A2. First we'll find the difference of this, then we'll find the difference of this. So 16 minus 10, again it is 6. Next D, A4 minus A3, 22 minus 16, again it is 6. So you will write yes, it forms an AP as D is same. It forms an AP as D is same. So this is how you will check whether the given AP, a given sequence forms an AP or not. So this is your first part. One more part I am doing for this example. I am doing the third part. There are 4 parts in it. Rest of the 2 parts you'll do yourself. Minus 2, 2, minus 2, 2, and minus 2, and so on. So first we'll find D, A2 minus A1. So it will be 2 minus minus 2, which is 2 plus 2 equal to 4. So first D is 4. Next D when I will be finding, it will be A3 minus A2 minus 2 minus 2. So it is minus 4. Here only you can see that the D's are not same. Now as D is not same, it will not form an AP. It doesn't form an AP. Now here, just by finding the second D, in the second case, we have concluded that D's are not same. So we have just written as D is not same, it doesn't form an AP. So if whatever numbers are given, if you are getting the D's same, you have to check for each and every term. So these were the 2 examples related to exercise 5.1. Now let's move on to exercise 5.1. Question number 1, exercise 5.1, I am telling. First question. Just open your books and read the question. The taxi fare after each kilometer, when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. Now taxi is moving. This taxi has to move, and the fare, that means kiraya jo hai taxi ka, what is it? For the first kilometer, when it moves for first kilometer, the person has to pay 15 rupees. For every other kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, 5 kilometer, for every other kilometer, the person has to pay 8 rupees more. 8 rupees more. That is, rupees 8 will be continuously exceeding if your distance is increasing. Is the question clear? The first kilometer person will pay 15 rupees. Now if he goes for 2 kilometers, he has to pay 8 rupees more than 15 rupees. For another kilometer, that is if he moves for 3 kilometer, whatever money he is giving for 2 kilometers plus 8 again he has to pay. So likewise for each successive kilometer, he has to pay 8 rupees additional. That means what is this 8 acting as? 8 is acting as common difference. B. The common difference is same. So you will write yes, it forms an AP. Yes, it forms an AP. And you can mention the AP also. We know 15, 15 plus 8, 23, 23 plus 8, 31, plus 8, 39, and so on. Because D is same. D is same, that is 8. So that is why it is forming an AP. So in this question we just had to tell whether the statement given forms an AP or not, and if it forms an AP you have to give the reason also. So we have given the reason. Second part of the question is little bit confusing, so read it carefully and understand it. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. Now a vacuum pump is there, vacuum pump, and some amount of gas is already present in the cylinder. So let the amount of air present be X. Let the amount of air present be X. Now this is initially the air which was there in vacuum pump. it is X. Right? Amount of air present in cylinder is X. Now, this will be acting as A1. That means our A1 is X. Now, when the vacuum pump moves, it removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So, initially the amount of air is X. It removes 1/4X. So, amount of air removed is 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder. Now, at this moment, amount of air is X. So, 1/4X is removed. If 1/4X is removed, what will be our A2? That means, now in the second case, how much air will be present in the cylinder? For that, what we will do? A2 will be X minus 1/4X. Is it clear? Vacuum pump is there in which there is some gas. This gas we have taken as X. Now, initially it was X. Now, when it starts working, 1/4X is removed. That means 1/4X, if it is removing, how much air will be then left? Some of it will be removed. So, what will we do? We will be subtracting it from X to get A2. So, in the second case, it will be X minus 1/4X, which will be, take the LCM, 3x/4. So, our A2 will be 3x/4. Now, one more A we'll find so that we can see whether AP is formed or not. Now, for A3 में क्या हो जाएगा? 3x/4 is the amount of air present. 3x/4 is the amount of air present. How much is to be removed? 1/4 of 3x/4. Means at every step, what vacuum pump is doing? Vacuum pump is removing 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder at that time. Now, how much air is present in the cylinder? 3x/4. And it is removing 1/4 of the air present. So, 1/4 of 3x/4, whatever it will be there, it is to be removed. And so, that we are subtracting it from the gas present in the cylinder at that time. So, it will be, let's solve it. 3x/4 minus 3x/16. So, it will be 16. 4 3s are 12x minus 3x. So, it is 9x upon 16. So, our A3 is 9x upon 16. Now, our X was, or A was X. Let's see. A1 is X. A2 is 3x/4. And A3 is 9x/16. Now, check whether D is same or not. When we find the first D, it is 3x/4 minus x, which is equal to minus x/4. This is our D. Find the second D. When we find second D, A3 minus A2, it is 9x/16 minus 3x/4. So, LCM is 16, then 9x minus 4 3s are 12x. It is minus 3x/4. You can see that these are not same. Here your D is minus x/4 and here your D is minus 3x/4. So, D is not same. So, it will not form an AP. Right? D is not same. D is not same. So, AP is not formed. Therefore, AP is not formed. Right? So, this was your second part of first question. Moving on to third part. Cost of digging a well after every meter of digging, when it costs rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meter. It is same as first part. So, 150 is your A1 and 50 will be your D. So, again AP will be formed because D is same everywhere. So, for third part, we'll just write A1 is rupees 150 and for each subsequent meter, it is increasing by 50 rupees. That means D is rupees 50. So, yes, it forms an AP. Yes, it forms an AP because D is given to you and it is same because D is same. D is same. The last part of question number 1. It is amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. Now, do you remember the formula for compound interest? Now, amount of money deposited, P is given rupees 10,000, right? R is given 8%, and you have to find the amount. The first amount when we will be finding, it will be our A1. So, formula for amount is P into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T. So, when we are finding for it, it will be 10,000 into 1 plus 8 upon 100. Time is 1 year for the first one. So, when you do it, it will be 10,000 into 25 plus 2 upon 25. LCM we are taking, and then it will be A1 is 10,000 into 27 upon 25. Solve it. 400. A1 is equal to 10,800. So our A1 is 10,800. Similarly, when we find A2, our A2, when we are finding, our T will become 2. So it is 2. It is 2. So A1 you have noted 10,800. We are finding now A2. A2 is 10,000 into 27 by 25 into 27 by 25. Do the cuttings. It is 400, and then 25 ones are 16s are. So A2 will be 27, 729 into 16. Right? A2 will be equal to 16 nines are 144, 14, 32 and 14, 46, 4, 16, 7 are 102, 116. So this is our second A2. Similarly, you will find A3, and then you will check whether it is forming an AP or not. So next A3 you will be finding yourself, and after that just see whether your common difference is same or not. If it is same, yes. If it is not, then you will write no, it is not forming an AP because D is not same. Now for question number 2, A is given and D is given. You have to find the first 4 terms. Question number 2. Just one part I will be telling. Rest of the parts you will be doing yourself. Now A is 10, D is 10. This is given. A means A1. And you have to find the next 4 terms. That means you have to find A2, A3 and A4. Now A2 ke liye what is the formula? A plus D. So 10 plus 10, it is 20. A3 is A2 plus D. So A2 we have already found. 20 plus 10, it is 30. For A4, what is the formula? A3 plus D. So 30 plus 10, it is 40. And A5, A4 plus D. So 40 plus 10 is equal to 50. So your next 4 terms are 20, 30, 40 and 50. So rest of the parts you'll be doing like this only. Question number 3. Third question. For the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. This example we have already done like this. This is your AP given. You have to find first term, that is A1, 3. For D there is a formula A2 minus A1. So we'll just subtract 1 minus 3 minus 2. So this is your D and A. You have to just find these 2 things in question number 3. Question number 4 is again same as example we have done. You have to check whether it is forming an AP or not. If it is forming an AP, then you have to find D and the next 3 terms. So it is the mixture of all the questions we have done till now. So fourth question you have to do yourself. So today's homework is complete exercise 5.1. Thank you so much.